So, Black Ops 6 has been out for about a month now, and after playing it for a few hours, a couple, I just have to say that it's decent. It's good. It's a little bit some of the most fun I've had in Call of Duty since 2018, and as a boomer, this makes me very happy. So today I just wanted to go over my extremely professional and intellectual thoughts on the pre-release, the launch, and the lead up to DLC 1, just because I need to gush about this video game. Like, please, I need it. This game is over 306% of my brain right now, and it stopped me from playing Metaphor. It's for the fucking audacity. This video will mostly just be about zombies, since that's mainly what I play, but I'm going to touch on the multiplayer beta a bit, since I did play it, and I think it's a little bit important, just to gauge what people were thinking of the game before it came out. So, yeah, let's do it. I remember that Xbox livestream earlier this year, around E3 time, you know, the showcase, that showed off a lot of cool, awesome games. We saw tons of nice stuff like the new Doom, the new Gears, Fable, even a goddamn Indiana Jones game. But this was all capped off at the end with a new Call of Duty game, Black Ops 6. Now, we already knew this game was coming, but obviously I wasn't really paying attention, as I hadn't really cared about Call of Duty. Don't get me wrong, I liked Cold War, but I wasn't really super invested. I wasn't looking anything up, other than like Easter egg guides. I wasn't like following anyone on Twitter really. The last time I really cared about the reveal of a Call of Duty game was the absolutely insane reveal event for Black Ops 4. And the last time I'd even bothered looking anything up for a new Call of Duty was Modern Warfare 2019, because of all the fucking going dark memes, and everyone was saying it was always a brand new engine, you know? This was different though. I was still interested to see what Peck was up to at the end of Forsaken, and to find out what Project Janus was. So I put the showcase on in the background while I was counting stock at work, and they start talking about like the campaign, and I'm all here like, herpader, campaign, schmampaign, I don't really give a shit. And I completely zoned out while they were talking about the Omni movement, and yada yada, whatever, I don't care. And boom, Kevin Drew jump scare, fat zombies, Weaver, Grey, Carver, a fucking purple anti-aircraft cannon sucking in zombies. Is that fucking gobblegums on the table? 2 maps? In classic zombies fashion, we got literally nothing in the span of the minute they showed us, but it told us so much, and I dare say, it looked kinda hype. But that was it for now. At least until August, a few months later, when we got just a tad, just a little bit of information, I guess, you know, not a lot. Call of Duty released the Terminus intro cinematic on August 6th, and it gave us exactly what we wanted. We saw what Peck was up to, breaking ex-Requiem out of prison with a brand new companion, Maya, and they were all looking good. Maya had such a nice design, Peck was all burned from the explosion, Grey was... Strauss was insane, and Carver was still there. Thumbs up emoji. Carver is still fucking boring, honestly. I don't like him. You know, they name drop Richtofen, have a couple of Shang Easter eggs, like the Richtofen carving in the wall, Paradolia playing for a minute or so. It was good. And it just shows the minutes leading up to the map. And that's just what we needed after not having a proper intro cutscene since, checks notes, Ancient Evil? Huh? Okay. I guess. And then, fucking out of nowhere, just 2 days later, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, round-based zombies Terminus reveal trailer. We are so back, gamers. An absolutely incredible trailer that just hits you with shot after shot of peak. We see our crew making our way through the spawn, down to the jug room. Is that a goddamn fucking trap? Is that a trap? Tentacles? Hell fucking yeah. After not seeing them for almost 6 years in Black Ops 4's Tag de Toten, we finally get to see them return with Terminus' tentacle trap and the Void Cannon trap, which is just exactly what we needed to see after the last few years. We then get a few shots of the biolab where they show off insane set dressing, which shows off all the sauce that Cold War aesthetic can actually bring to the table, followed by a close-up of some zombies, and they have lots of zombies models to showcase. We have lab coats, prisoners, biohazard suits, Janus soldiers, and the fat zombies as shown in the teaser from the showcase, which to me, at least, was actually like the main thing that showed how much care was put into this game. It was absolutely incredible. It was going to be great. I was so excited. We then see Weaver injecting himself with some kind of needle with Ethereum in it, I guess, which shows a flash, and fuck. Manglers are back. Whoop-de-doo. But wait, is this one attacking? Wait, did he fucking become a Mangler? I'm sorry, what? Oh my, we're fucking back. We then get a look at the Pack-a-Punch machine, which in all these shots of the biolab had been cleverly obstructed from every other shot, up until now, as its platform rises up from the water, unlocking Pack-a-Punch, which is just so cool. But this is immediately cut off by fucking boats, parasites, shadows of evil. Oh shit, is he backwards fucking PhD flopping? And did this man just shoot black holes from that shotgun? Gobblegums are real? This one gives you a wonder weapon? The wonder weapon looks fucking sick. Oh my god. And here's a new perk for the first time. Says elemental pop. Oh my god, fucking great. Please punch me like that. Sorry, I got carried away. This is like one of the most hype trailers ever. I was a little bit excited by this point, you know? The hype was there. The trailer ends with us seeing 3 new zombies types. The vermin popping out the head of a zombie, the amalgam, and a mysterious tentacle, which looked amazing, but then we got a teaser of Liberty Balls, showing a jet gun, the Dark Ether, and a single shot of Spawn. This set the bar high, honestly, but we had no idea what we were about to get. The same time as this trailer dropping, we got a crazy blog post that told us so much about Terminus, Liberty Falls, and zombies as a whole. We got info on points, salvage, improved main quests, the number of side quests, third-person mode, customizable HUD, save and quit, perks, augments, and tons more. It was absolutely insane. We also got really great intro for Liberty Falls, showcasing Richtofen, Sam, my goat Blanchard, the Wonder Waff, and it set up so much hype for the Easter egg of Liberty Falls. We were riding high, and we only had to wait 2 weeks for COD Next, which just had to go and fuck it all up. I was a day one Liberty Falls enjoyer, but it was hard to deny what we were seeing. As cool as the jet gun was, and as fun as the map still looked and the game looked, it did just kind of look whatever and super easy, with Call of Duty kicking Dalek off and letting the MP people stay on. The HUD was being really bland, and the game was just looking kind of easy. It's no wonder Liberty Balls took off as a meme. Augments they showed off. They gave us tours of the maps as well. I mean, I don't know why we needed a tour of Liberty Falls when it was just a COD Next, but whatever. But it did do damage control, and that was the point, I think, especially on the zombie side, and we were all pretty excited after this, honestly. It was good. Before we get into launch, though, I am just going to say a few things about the multiplayer beta, since it's pretty important, honestly. When it launched, there were a good amount of server issues for a few hours, but everyone seemed to be enjoying themselves. I mean, it was quite a fun beta, all things considered. I mean, it was Call of Duty multiplayer, but it was fun, actually. But you could tell Treyarch were really overselling the Omni movement. It felt, it was really cool at first, dolphin diving sideways around corners, sprinting backwards, all that kind of awesome stuff. But when you're actually just playing the game, you can't really tell it's there all that much. I mean, sliding in every direction is cool, but you could do that in other Call of Duty games just by jumping and then sliding when you hit the floor. It wasn't game-changing, but it did make it feel a lot nicer. I'm not sure if that was intentional or not. You could view it as disappointing because they oversold it and stuff like that, or you could view it as absolute genius because it is a quality of life change that does change things up a good amount, just generally, and not really affecting anything too, overpowered. I don't know. You know what I mean? It was still fun, though. I liked it. The maps weren't anything incredible, but, it showed promise. And now that it's out, I can confidently say the beta was literally just what we got at launch, but, the beta. Cool. Awesome. Just what I expected. Let's just actually get to launch now. Alright chat, 24th of October, it's launch day, let's pack our bags, move to New Zealand, but this time you PC players can do it too, now that we've got Game Pass, that's right. Xbox Game Pass. Everyone can get in on the quote-unquote fun of the new Call of Duty game. It's incredible. I was expecting, I thought, you know, the servers were going to be down, and then up, and then down, and then laggy, and all this crap, especially with it being online only, with texture streaming. I thought it was going to be an absolute disaster with graphical glitches everywhere, broken balance, but you know what? It wasn't too bad, actually. It was not bad. I remember being really surprised with how fast you earned gobblegums, being super happy that camos weren't locked behind levels, and the game generally felt really nice. It ran well for the most part. I barely crashed, no lag on the dedicated servers, and you know, I haven't really had many issues at all other than, you know, in the gameplay right now you can see whatever is happening at Crab Island on the floor there. That broke in Season 1, I have no idea why. But, you know, it just be like that. I went through every setting and it didn't change. If anyone knows how to change that, please help me. I hate it so much. Let's just start with the good of the game at launch, because, you know, I'm positive like that. We'll go over the main stuff first that just applies to the game as a whole, and then I'll put a few things for the actual map specifics afterwards. Loadouts, they're better in Cold War. The new salvage balancing is incredible for making the loadouts not feel like that they're overpowered in any way. The salvage balancing is really nice because the salvage is more split between your weapons now. It's just your weapons and your equipment. You upgrade your weapons, you use your ammo mods, you craft your grenades and your score streaks and all that. That's all salvage, and everything else is now back to points. Your armor is points, guns are points, or Pack-a-Punch specifically is points. Perks of points, all that good stuff. They removed the menu from the Pack-a-Punch machine, which is just like, why was it even there? I mean, I know it was there for the ammo mods, but like, it baffles me. It actually just baffles me why they put a menu on the Pack-a-Punch machine. It was so dumb, but it's gone now. That's amazing. The Shadow Rift is a super cool ammo mod. It's nothing incredibly special, but it's cool to look at and it works, and it's just super funny to fucking shoot a mangler and then have it die of full damage falling from the sky. It's great. The classic prestige system is back, which is just, oh my god, it made me want to play the game so much more. Like, in Cold War, I got to level 55, got to Prestige Master, and then just didn't play it anymore, because it's like, okay, well, I don't have to Prestige. You know, I just have the orange level, I have all the Prestige rewards. Like, the fun of the grind is re-unlocking everything. But this time you have a funny new icon to show that you have no life. Anyway, the leaderboards, while not perfect, were super informative, showing Easter egg completion times, highest rounds, highest exfils specifically, which was really nice. There's lots of interesting Dark Ops challenges as well this year. Cold War didn't really have anything special, but I mean, in this game you got, like, you know, you got the generic ones like round 100, getting 1,000,000 kills, you know, that kind of stuff. But now we've got really fun ones, like beating the Liberty Falls Easter egg in under half an hour, completing the Terminus Easter egg after round 50, which is a lot of fun, by the way. That round 50 boss fight, incredible. You've got down less than 10 seconds after consuming a perkaholic. Wow, thanks game. Augments are a direct upgrade from the tiered upgrades from Cold War, whereas instead of linear permanent upgrades, you can choose 2 of the 6 augments for each perk, ammo mod, and field upgrade. 1 major augment and 1 minor augment. Or you can have neither, giving a trade-off, choosing one over another instead of having everything. Whereas before, if you wanted, for example, let's say like an extra 10% headshot damage on Deadshot Daiquiri, you had to have the other upgrades, and they all stacked in really multiplicative ways. Big word that probably doesn't exist, I don't know. It was just a bit too much given to the player for essentially doing fuck all. But these augments, it's like, okay, you do this or you do this, and it's great. Mantling has been improved from Cold War, with map flow being thought about more with what you can and can't mantle on. What I mean by that is, like, in Cold War, you can mantle on literally everything. You can run on literally anything. And I specifically remember in Forsaken running on all the railings around all the roofs, because the zombies couldn't really hit you very well. They'd start throwing chunks at you as soon as you went on there, but they're pretty easy to dodge if you're just trying to, like, get out of a corner. You just jump on the railing, run across the railing, and then you can either go off the roof, or you can go back on the... It was too much. It was fun, especially in D Machine when we first got to use it, but it was a bit much, I think. Whereas in Black Ops 6, you can mantle on basically everything still, but the height at which you can mantle, some things are unmantleable, even from like one direction. It's less of a go out of jail free and more of a literally just movement. It still can be, you know, getting out of jail free, you can mantle over something to save yourself, but you can't run on railings anymore, it'll push you off the railing. I actually remember specifically in the quick revive room in Terminus, you can mantle over to skip the first set of stairs, but you can't mantle up to the second bit to skip the second set of stairs, and mantling it takes fucking forever. Another good bit that comes to mind is Liberty Falls. You can go up the stairs to PhD, and then you can get onto the grass bit next to it, and then you can jump off again, but you can't go the other way around, and stuff like that. It's super, it has a good flow. I don't know if, I don't have the words to describe it in my brain. I'm not very articulate, I guess, because I'm stupid. I don't know. It feels way nicer in this game. Nebula and Afterlife, despite, you know, not being original camos, I mean, they're both from previous games. Nebula's from Black Ops 4, it was a supply drop camo, and Afterlife is from Black Ops 2, and Black Ops 3. They're way better than Dark Ether from Cold War. Dark Ether was fine, but it didn't cover many of the guns very well, like the Gallo. If you had attachments on the Gallo, you just basically shouldn't use Dark Ether anyway, you won't fucking see it. I used to run Plague Diamond after unlocking Dark Ether on the Gallo, because at least you could see the camo. It was stupid, I don't know, but Nebula and Afterlife are incredible. And speaking of the camos, the camo grind is way nicer since they're not tied to levels. You can just do all the camos off the gate. I think some of the guns I have like level 25, and I've got Nebula on them. The zombies get fast. You thought they were fast in Cold War? Fucking Lamau. These zombies are, they're on crack cocaine, they main Lucio. You are always just going to be on the run. Those zombies will fucking get you if you make a single goddamn mistake. It's so much fun. Manual plating is not a big deal, actually. I was a bit worried going into it, but it just gives you some choice as to when you want armor. I know that sounds stupid, but for example, there's no point plating if you're just going to keep last and hit the box and wasting your plates by getting hit and wasting your armor. Just don't plate and then plate at the start of the round. And you really do get into the muscle memory of plating, and I think there's an accessibility option that makes it auto-plate. You can still shoot the majority of guns while plating. It's really not too bad, actually. Gobblegums have been expanded, now being earned randomly every 20 minutes or so of game time for free. You can now hold up to 3 at a time and activate them whenever you want, with any Gobblegums you activate before the end of the match actually being preserved, which is incredible. You can hold on to a Perkaholic if you die in the boss fight, for example. You can save your wall power for the gun you actually want to buy, or crate power from the gun you actually want from the mystery box. It's just nice, you know, you don't have to use it immediately or not at all. And obviously, if you don't use it, then you keep it, which is great, actually. It's really good. That's super friendly. And I've had literally 0 issues with the Gobblegum system. The GS-45 becomes the Sally when you Pack-a-Punch it, becoming explosive, and when akimbo, it's called the Sally and Fourth, and a really nice homage that I really appreciate. And talking about Pack-a-Punch, all of the snipers in this game are incredible. The first time I've ever said that, I know, it's the first time anyone's ever said it, but the LW3 becomes a headshot machine with the rate of fire of essentially like a tactical rifle, like the DM10. It's fast. You can absolutely melt things with it, assuming they don't have armor on their head. The LR762 also becomes explosive and just destroys special enemies and bosses. You put Napalm Burst on that, your Mangler Cannon, they're dead. They're just dead. The SVD gets a crazy power boost due to shooting multiple bullets at once, like double tap. I think it shoots 3 bullets, so it just triples the damage. Like, it's not burst, it just shoots 3 bullets for the price of 1. It's fucking wild. Melee Macchiato is a really fun perk, not insanely useful, but definitely tons of fun and a neat evolution of Infinite Warfare's Slappy Taffy, and this just gets better with the augments. It's a lot of fun, especially with the dedicated melee weapons. It's good stuff, it's good stuff. The Rampage Inducer is back. That's all I just like the Rapage Reducer. The new score streaks, the Mangler Cannon, and the Mutant Injection. Well, essentially the same thing on like a tiered system. It's just Mutant Injection is a Mangler Cannon with the melee. They're super fun. Nice to see zombies have exclusive score streaks, giving it, you know, a bit more character. SAM trials expand the trial system and really enhances your progression if you fully take advantage of them. If you take every SAM trial, get legendary on all of them, you could have a good like 4,000 salvage head start, maybe a good, you might even get an ether tool, a ray gun, stuff like that, 3 perks, you're really going to get ahead, and it's super, super worth it. They also changed how the trials work, so instead of having a reward separate to the challenges, and you do the challenge to upgrade your reward, you now get 1 reward for every trial you do, so you need to get that legendary on that try, or you're just stuck with crap, basically. And that's just so much nicer, because you can actually complete a trial and finish it early. There was nothing more annoying in Cold War than just having a trial like don't take damage, or remain in air. Remaining was the worst, because it'd take forever and you get nothing out of it, basically. Unless you were no reward, you wouldn't even get an upgrade. Fuck that shit. Super good, super fun, and Sam always mocking you, or, you know, egging you on, is a really nice extra little bit. The armory can be used once per round, and is also another way to get loot by using loot keys, which are dropped by amalgams, abominations, and manglers. On Terminus, you know, you go in there, you just pick the locker you want, it doesn't really matter which, you get some salvage, or a gun, all that sort of stuff. On Liberty Falls, you have to open the vault first, which is kind of annoying, but you know, you still have to do it. It's definitely worth having a look at. It can sometimes give you, you know, ether tools, ray guns, the wonder weapon. It's definitely a really good addition. Kevin Sherwood is back for the first time since Firebase D to make Easter egg songs for both the maps. Both maps have absolutely incredible Easter egg songs. Like, they're actually like top 5. They're both really, really good, and it just makes it really happy. You just have to activate 3 little things around the map, like the teddy bears. They're little headphones with Mr. Peaks ears on them. They're super cool and fun. The zombie horde size has actually been increased to around 40. I think in Cold War it was increased from 24 to something in the 30s, but now we're at about 40, and it just makes the game so incredibly hectic. Like, these maps are quite open when you look at them just as they are, but when you're actually playing, the zombies fill up so much of the space that it doesn't feel as open as it is, and it's super hectic, and I love it. Save and quit is not a cop-out, and is actually super useful for checking camo progress, swapping augments, saving from disconnects and crashes and stuff like that, and also it's really good for the camo grind. It's a lot of fun for that. It saves you hours, like actual hours. Spermin. That's just the main stuff that's in all the maps. When we look at the maps individually, we get even more great stuff that I adore. In Terminus, we get a really neat spawn room showing off the effects of the ongoing outbreak that started moments ago, like literally a few seconds before the game loads you in. There's Janus soldiers trying to take out the zombies, and also us as we progress through the map. They don't hit very hard, there's like fucking 2 damage a hit. There's tons of environmental set dressing that reinforces this. It's a completely lived-in facility. You've got the mess hall, still got their food out. You've got all these audio logs left around explaining, you know, who Dr. Modi is, what the point of Terminus Island is, that kind of stuff. It's not integral to the story like it was in Cold War, but it's integral to the background, which is what the logs really should be. The dynamic spawns of the zombies breaking out of containers specifically was awesome. Just running around the biolab, turning on the last amp generator, you got the zombies fucking pounding on the glass, they break out. It's super cool. You got the zombies in the cages for that Easter egg. That's awesome as well. The Pack-a-Punch camos on Terminus are incredible, especially the tier 3 one. I love my purples. The green is nice, the orange is great, the purple is incredible. I love the Pack-a-Punch camos. The Amalgam has a super awesome design, and it's basically if the Panzermortar and the Mimic got a little bit quirky at night, if you catch my drift. My only gripes really about them being how buggy the grapple is, especially if it's Dying Wish, and I think destroying a head should do a little more damage, but other than that, I love them. Vermin and Parasites are also super cool, with how Vermin spawn from zombies sometimes, and Parasites spawn from Vermin sometimes, as well as spawning in their map on their own. It's nice to see the Parasite back. I have kind of missed it from Shadows and Rev. It's been a while. Just don't turn them into the new Manglers, please, for the love of God. The wonder weapon, the DR11 Beam Smasher, is super unique and fills a really specific niche in zombies, as it's not the most incredibly damaging weapon. It doesn't one-hit, it doesn't, you know, fucking blow everyone up. It just stuns the zombies, and then you can do a good... It's still an incredible amount of damage, don't get me wrong, it hits hard, but the utility of basically stopping the zombies dead in their tracks, especially in this game where the zombies are faster than they've ever been, it's a lot of fun. And it even stuns the special enemies and the amalgams, and makes them take more damage while they're stunned as well. It's really, really nice, especially with the, you know, the bullet sponge Malcolms. They're called Malcolms now, chat. The Easter egg is super fun, has very simple steps that aren't brain dead easy, but not hard, with, in my opinion, Treyarch's best boss fight to date, only being outdone by Infinite Warfare's Mephistopheles. Mind you, I haven't played the Archon, and I haven't played Modern Warfare, so I don't know about the Entity or Grey Lorm or anything like that. But, you know, out of the ones I've played, this is the best, and it's not even really close, honestly. Tons of side Easter eggs that are actually quite useful, some being quick and easy to do every single game, like whack a crab, cooking a fish to give to Peck if you bribed him, shooting a satellite out of the sky for some free loot, to more involved ones, like finding Captain Greg's coins for legendary weapons and a permanent double points, or killing 50 entire fish for a perkaholic, which is hilarious, by the way. Patient 13 chasing you around the water is a ton of fun, and actually scared me the first time it happened, because I wasn't expecting it. I mean, I knew it was there, like the tentacle, I just didn't realize it was something that chased you around. It was great. It's really cool. The Pack-a-Punch moving up and down is a really cool and dynamic way to shake things up and sort of change the map geometry a bit. Mantling over the back of the Void Cannon is just super awesome. I didn't know about it at first, and you're welcome if you didn't. It's a really nice way just to get around that area. The jump scare in the elevator, I haven't actually been able to do it myself yet. I don't know the exact timing, but I've seen it. It's really cool. I actually managed to get one of my friends with it when they did it, but I didn't see it. And finally, my boy Peck and his fucking warheads, baby. And then moving on to Liberty Falls, we've also got another great spawn room overlooking the entire map, with the church bell ringing when you spawn in to sort of signify the importance of it. The door to the room that holds the jet gun flies open when you approach it, with several zombies spilling out and coming after you. The Easter egg is short and sweet, a very good introduction for newer players. The jet gun is way better than in transit and is super easy to build. Nico, we gotta go bowling. It's a chill map until about round 31 when the Manglers fucking come out of nowhere. Aetherella and the Dark Ether Field Generator traps are really nice and kill a ton of zombies. The respawning HVTs in the Easter egg is really great for Nebula camo farming. Super cool side Easter eggs including the falling zombies, the loot car that the Mangler has to shoot, the vending machine, and even turning into the Aetherella trap. All just amazing, really cool Easter eggs. You can even exfil as Aetherella and she appears in the exfil cutscene. It's great. Literally all of Blanchard's lines are so memeable. I mean, look at this face. Accessing the Pack-a-Punch is super simple, just walking up to the church. It could be a little bit more complicated for my tastes, but I really still think it's just, as a map, it succeeds in everything it needs to do. The church is an incredible room. I love the skybox in the church. It's the coolest place in the Dark Ether that we've ever seen. It's better than D-Machine with its little squids, and I love the D-Machine Dark Ether, don't get me wrong, but this clears it. The ray gun skin for completing the main quest is really, really nice, and it's also just a really cool concept to have skins for wonder weapons for completing Easter eggs, and it essentially is just Town 2, which is amazing when you have it compared to Terminus. You've got your transit, you've got your town, you're winning, you're always winning. Now, as good as launch was, we do have some issues. No game is perfect after all. Some of these are big issues, some of these are nitpicks, but to be honest, I don't really have a huge amount to say that's actually bad. It's just a few big things and a few small things, really. First of all, there's the always online requirement, you know, just get that out. The dedicated servers for solo, it's just stupid. It sets an expiration date for the game, it just makes it unplayable for some people, like laptop users can't play on the go, internet dies for a sec, restart the game. Steam has maintenance on fucking Tuesday evening at the same time every goddamn week. Every other game doesn't disconnect you, but Call of Duty does for some reason. Wait, like the little fucking consumer you are. just consume product, enjoy product. It's even dumber as Xbox did a little ad campaign called "This is an Xbox," and it was like this picture of loads of different devices that you can play Xbox games on, and it was called "This is an Xbox," "This is an Xbox," "This is an Xbox," "This is an Xbox." There was like a TV, there was an Xbox, there was a phone, there was loads of stuff like that. It was really stupid. One of these products, an ROG Ally, a Steam Deck competitor that you play on, it's a Switch, but for PC games. This is an Xbox. You'll never guess what was on the screen of this ROG Ally, which, may I remind you again, is essentially a Switch, and the point of it is to bring it outside, where there's no internet, and play it on the go. Black Ops 6! How can you play Black Ops 6 on your ROG Xbox when on the fucking go? It's intended use case. Dumb, stupid, online-only fucking shit. And I haven't really experienced it much, if at all, but, you can rubber band and lag in solo, and that's really dumb. Fucking online. Just like most people, I'm not really a big fan of the manglers at the minute. I think it's not necessarily the spawn rate or the projectiles or anything in particular, but with everything combined, it makes me want to tear my hair out when I'm training. It's so annoying. Like, you could just reduce the number of them on the map to like 3, make the cannons easier to destroy. Instead of just stunning them, it should just destroy the cannon. Reduce their health, reduce the range damage and knockback. The knockback is so annoying. The amount of times I've tried to walk past some zombies, got shot by a mangler and pushed into a corner and then I die is one too many. It's at least 0. It's more than 0, which is bad. Reduce the number of manglers that can shoot at the same time as well. Like, you can have a whole fucking firing squad of like 6 manglers, and that's just a death sentence. There's no way to avoid it. Just make it down to 2. Just only 2 manglers can charge up a shot at once, and then there's like a cooldown of like a second, and then another 2 can go. That'd be fine. That would just drastically improve the high round experience. Just any of those things. It doesn't even have to be all of them. Just one, and we've got like an exponentially better experience here. Just fucking manglers, man. I'm so tired of them. The abominations, once again, I'm tired of the abomination. We've seen it for like 3 games now. But they're also really dumb. But nope, we're still here. I mainly just don't like how destroying 1 head isn't a third of the health, if that makes any sense. Like, in Shadows of Evil and Revelations with the Magua, which is obviously what directly inspired the Amalgam, you shoot a head, that head's dead. You shoot the next head, that head's dead. You shoot the last head, that head's dead. All 3 heads are dead. Dead. Right? In this game, though, and in Cold War, and in Modern Warfare 3, you shoot a head, it explodes, and you think, hang on a sec, that's not a third of its health. That's more like 10%, 20% of its health. And you just saw the next head, and you're like, hang on, how is this motherfucker at half health with a whole head left? Surely it should be a third. So now I have to mag dump everything into this guy's head. He doesn't open very often. And it just feels stupid, because why does one head get more health than the other heads? And it's not even like the middle head gets more health than the other. It just depends on whatever the last one is. It's really stupid. So you find yourself, when he's doing his little beam attack, to spread your shots out between the heads so that you can get damage on all of them, and then one of them will break eventually, and then you're like, okay, I've sort of mitigated the issue a little bit, but it doesn't help all that much. It just makes him out abominations really stupid and annoying. And I just hate it. I just really hate it. A few of the augments for perks and ammo mods feel completely pointless due to the way the game is designed, such as Turtle Shell, basically making your armor into a shield, like for Black Ops 3 and 4, and it just doesn't work for this game. It's too hectic. You take too many hits from all sides. There was a bug for the longest time where the Amalgam would one-shot you if you were using it, because, the Amalgam sucks you into the front, and just, bop, you're dead. They did fix that, but it's not designed for that, and I know the only reason it's even in the game is because of the fuckers complaining that they need a shield or it's not zombies. It's just, oh, armor's bad, shield good. Well, here's your shield, fuck off, it sucks, alright? Just, we're past that, we're 10 years past that, okay? Some augments get completely outclassed by other augments. The first one that comes to mind is Dying Wish on Quick Revive. Completely outclasses, I forget what it's called, but it's self-medication where you kill the zombie and you come back up like Tombstone, or I think it was Quick Revive actually in Cold War. It's just completely outclassed by Dying Wish, and the only reason you would ever run one of the self-med over the Dying Wish is because Dying Wish is bugged at the minute. The amalgams can still one-shot you and waste a Dying Wish, which is really stupid, because how are you going to kill a zombie with a 9mm pistol when you go down on round 50? You're not. And also, you don't keep your perks with the self-med. You just go back down to your 3 perks. If Quick Revive was one of those perks, you lose that as well, so you could go down to 2. Whereas Dying Wish, it just takes away Quick Revive. So it's literally just a better version of the augment, and you just have to play like an extra 2 hours to get it. It's stupid. I really don't like how prestiging resets my gobblegum packs. They aren't unlocked by level like classics in Black Ops 3, so it just feels stupid. It also resets your operators, so every time I prestige, I end up playing as Maya, and I don't want to play as Maya. I want to play as either this Black Cell guy that I'm playing as in the gameplay, because he shuts up, or I want to play as Weaver, until I get annoyed of his stupid voice line, that's why you never fought near an open flame. And it resets all of your emotes on the operators as well, so you have to recustomize, which makes me not want to customize anything until I hit Prestige Master, which just isn't how it should be. Having the opacity for medals and notifications linked together is a really stupid idea, because some people only want to turn off their level ups, some people only want to turn off their medals. And it's just, come on. I know there's a way to work around it, since the level up notifications or the notifications like that aren't actually affected by the opacity slider until it hits 0 and then they're turned off, so that you can turn it on to 1. The medals are basically invisible and the notifications are still there, but they should just be separate as is. They should just be separate. I don't see why they're not. The main menu is really boring. Looks identical to multiplayer, looks identical to Warzone, Vanguard, Modern Warfare 3, Cold War, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare. It all looks exactly the same, which is just how it is now with COD HQ. COD HQ bad. Thumbs down emoji. The pause timer is God's mistake as a video game mechanic. I know why it's there. You don't need to tell me. It's a server. We've got to keep people off the servers if they're not playing. But fuck you, it's dumb. And, like, there's no server pause? Like, it's there in solo. Like, pausing in solo for those 15 minutes is server pause. Because it's a server. The game's running on a server. Not on local systems at all. Like, it is... You are joining an online game hosted by Activision. Like, if you pause that game and the zombies stop moving, that's server pause. Why is that not in multiplayer? I just hit my mic. Why is that not in multiplayer? Or not in co-op or whatever? It's... fucking Treyarch, man. Point system is still just as annoying in Cold War, honestly. I don't hate it, but I don't like it. I just don't like it. And it's just an extra fuck you kick in the nuts. The melee is now better than it's ever been, but it's been nerfed to 105 points from 115. Like, you got melee macchiato now. You want people to melee? Get less points for it, bud. Get those headshots. Opal camo requiring 30 mangler kills is low-key diabolical. Just make it 20 and we're good. And while you're at it, how about we don't get the Welling 2.0 and 3.0? So just make the GS45 and the LR kills to be just kills and not headshots for the camos. Thank you, TY. The Welling PTSD is definitely there. Why can't we have a separate HUD for zombies and multiplayer? The HUD customization is amazing. I actually think I forgot to touch on it earlier, but I don't care. It's great, but why can't we separate the two modes? Like, every time I play multiplayer, I just play the classic HUD, or not the classic HUD, like the default HUD, and then I hop into zombies, and I have to turn on the classic HUD, and I have to go into the visuals, and I turn the kill feed off, not the kill feed, the thing in the middle, the score feed, and I have to set my medals to 1% every time. It's just stupid. It's really dumb. And finally, Dark Flare sucks. It just sucks. You think the augment for making it revive people would be good, but that's exactly what Healing Aura does, so there's no reason to run it. Overall, I absolutely adore Black Ops 6 Zombies, and I think it's one of the best zombies modes we've ever had so far. I get that we're still sort of in the honeymoon phase, but I'm having a lot of fun. I was starting to burn out on Cold War by now, simply because it just wasn't... It wasn't keeping me. When I was there, I was fucking there. But there's like, I feel like there's a reason to go back to Black Ops 6. I think a big part of that is the prestige system. Honestly, those rewards are super nice. Going to level 1000 will be super nice. And it's just fun as well. It feels a lot more fun and not like, is corporate the word? I know it's super corporate, it's Call of Duty, but Cold War just felt corporate. I have no other way to describe it. And all of these positive feelings have only been solidified with the launch of Season 1 a couple of weeks ago. Season 1 came with 4 notable things in zombies. The Sorg weapon from Black Ops 4, the Krieg-C weapon from Cold War, the Hitlist event, which included the Power Drill and the Siren 9mm weapons, and the long-awaited directed mode. A few weeks after the launch of the game, and will launch, I imagine, the first big update after a map launches. So with Citadelle Des Morts coming out in Season 1 Reloaded, Season 2 is when we'll get directed mode for Citadelle Des Morts or something like that. But it walks you through an Easter egg on the map with a round cap of 15 for ease of access, and it just lets new people get into zombies that want to, but kind of don't feel like they can. Cold War's Easter egg completion percentages were barely above average. Like, if 3% of people completed Black Ops 3's Easter eggs, I think 5% of people completed D Machine's Easter egg, and that was the launch map. Like, that was the launch map. All the maps were free, and only 5% of people did Cold Wars, and that was, like, the top percentage one. So, clearly their make the Easter egg super easy approach wasn't working. So this directed mode is super nice because it sort of, I won't say appeases everyone, but it allows the Easter eggs to be more complicated to the point where they're at least fun, but not, obviously they can't be complicated enough that it can't be explained with an objective marker and a text box, really, which is fine. I think that's fine. We get no more bone steps, for example. Fucking bone steps. What makes this better is that it also runs you through the wonder weapons of the maps. I'm not sure if that's just because they are required for the Easter egg, since you need them for the first step and the first step only for both Easter eggs. But either way, it's super fun just to let the new casual players experience the wonder weapons and teaches them how to build it. So if they don't want to get it from the box, they might be able to do it in a classic game. But it's good. It's good. It's good. It's also a great mode for camo grinding, as your guns never fall off. You can exploit the never-ending round 15 for HVT spawns in the Easter egg, as mentioned back in the Good Liberty Falls section. It's also very good for people who want to hunt for Easter eggs, since there are actually specific rewards for completing the map early, such as a early calling card and a bit more XP. And there's also differences with the actual modes. If you complete the map in directed mode, you don't get the rewards for completing it outside of a bit of XP, I believe, and I think a charm for your weapon. Whereas if you do it in classic mode, you get, I think on Terminus, it's a skin for Maya, which is really cool, and you get the calling card, and then on Liberty Falls you get a skin for the ray gun, and another calling card, which is, it's great, because it makes people want to then move from directed mode to the main mode, which is a really nice bridging point, if that makes sense. And then the other stuff in Season 1, the Sorg is one of the most fun weapons to use in the game, honestly. At the minute, it's super cool. Dual-wield Sorg in it. It's great. The Krieg-C is a pretty fun and solid enough assault rifle. It's basically just the XM42, like in Cold War. It's fine. It's not bad. Power Drill is hilariously funny and stacks really well, actually, with the Vampiric Extraction Augment for Melee Macchiato, so that every time you do a melee attack, it heals you 25 health. And since the Power Drill attacks so fast, you get so much more health back. And with fully upgraded Melee Macchiato, tier 3 gold, it's a good melee. I think it does 2-shot once you hit the round cap, but it's still pretty good. And as of recording / writing this video, the Siren 9mm hasn't been unlocked yet. I can't wait to try it out though. It does look like a lot of fun. It reminds me a lot of like the nail gun from Black Ops 3, I think it was in multiplayer. Well, at least that's what it sounds like slow rate of fire SMG, but it is secondary. I bet it's going to be either extremely broken or extremely bad. Unfortunately, these 4 weapons aren't in the box, and there's no way to get any of them outside of starting with them in your loadout, which does kind of suck. But I get it. They want people to, you know, play through the battle pass to unlock them. Thankfully, it is free for everyone, but I'm assuming they'll wait till Season 2 to add them into the box, just making camo grinding a bit more of a pain in the arse than it has to be. But that's only if you're at the finish line, really, where you can't dovetail it with another gun. Like when I was doing the Sorgs, I just had to do the Sorgs by themselves, and then I unlocked the Krig, and I had to do the Krig by itself. And then I unlocked the Power Drill, I had to do the Power Drill by itself, and then I'll do the same with the Syrian when it comes out. Black Ops 6 Zombies really takes the solid foundation of the rushed Cold War base, inject it full of fun, they inject it full of life and chaos, and they did that by refining what worked about Cold War zombies and reinventing and innovating what didn't work. And overall, I think the result is something to be incredibly happy with. And I'm so glad to see that Zombies is so goddamn back after the last few years of misery with Vanguard and mediocrity with Modern Warfare 3. And overall, I am so incredibly excited to see what comes next with Citadelle Des Morts. If we continue down this pipeline that we've set up here, we might have the best season of Call of Duty Zombies we've ever had. I'm not sure if it could top Black Ops 3, since Chronicles exists on that game, but we're gonna get some top 5 maps, some top 10 maps. We can get some S tier maps. I believe in this game. I really do. Thank you, Treyarch, for making this game. Thank you for watching. And thank you, William Peck, for only caring about your warheads. I will see you all when Citadelle Des Morts comes out.